Well, let's talk about that. The money in a relationship. What should you split? What should the man take care of? What should the woman take care of? Let's talk about the money. Like, how does it work in your marriage?
Well, he pays majority of most of the bills. I have a very small income that I bring in. It's supplemental income, but that's mostly because I can be fulfilled in that. I think if I wanted to make candles and make no money, I think he'd be fine with that. But that's kind of how the breakdown is, and he takes a lot of pride in doing that. He's very happy.
Would you be okay with me not bringing in any money?
It depends on like what the motive is. Like,
I'm doing some philanthropy work. Just
like if you ain't got no ambition and no drive, the fuck you just want to goddamn be a couch potato. Fuck no.
I want to make candles.
But that's not you. So it's not.
But okay, what if
like if I was with a totally different person and who didn't have your mentality and you just wanted to make candles, I would never deal with somebody like that.
To protect and provision.
Yeah, I guess.
And I think a lot of men don't get to have that opportunity where they could have that intimate of a relationship with their wife, female partner.
And how does the money work in your marriage? Because you said your boyfriend is pretty successful. Did I say marriage? Sorry. Yeah. Your relationship. Knock on wood, girl. How does it work? You guys split rent. You guys split food bills, utility bills. Does he always pay for dinner? Like, she's being very open and honest, saying, look, he makes all the money. I'm here to support him. You've been open and honest, saying, hey, we both make money. So how do the bills break down?
Well, we kind of try to see where we're very open with our finances. So, like, he knows how much I make. I know how much he makes. And then we decide together what we're going to spend on what. Like, he pays the rent, so maybe I'm going to pay for the car or something. So, like,
But he pays the rent.
Yeah.
Period. He pays the rent.
Yeah.
Well, the rent is the biggest expense that someone will have.
Not necessarily.
Well, what do you mean? Of course it's the biggest expense.
No, like groceries and the car gets expensive.
No, groceries are a third.
Spend on groceries.
No, I'm not
I buy
even.
a lot of organic.
But the reality is, rent or housing is the biggest expense.
Yeah.
Like,
no, he pays the rent.
Okay, but being the man in the relationship, paying the rent, you're living technically under his roof. Does that qualify him to have a little more say in the relationship, or no?
No, I wouldn't say that because I don't
not a good
quantify.
Question. I wouldn't say more say in the relationship. Do you get to do stuff for him for what he does for you? Right?
Yeah, I guess. I guess, yeah, the way you framed the question is how you probably should have said it, but y'all are both saying the same thing, essentially. You just said it in a weird way.
Yeah, like, how are you adding value?
Yeah.
Do you think that, like, bills should be split according to how much a person makes? Like, if one person makes $500,000, one person makes $100,000, like, do you feel like, because that's what she's saying. Like, I know how much my boyfriend makes. He knows how much I make. So, he pays the rent. And then I pay for this. So, maybe he makes, like, double what she makes. That proportionally to her income, she's spending as much as he is to his income.
That would make sense. But I just think that's relationship to relationship. But I mean, that does.
But that's why she brought that up, right? Yeah. Because I feel like now they're looking at her like, he pays the rent.
But no, because she was saying we both make a bunch of money. She didn't say it like how you're saying.
I mean, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate because she brought that up, right? Because like that makes sense. Like if a person's making $500,000 and they're spending X amount, and
it would make sense, but that's not what she was saying because the old girl was like, "You said you want to be a billionaire," so she's making money right now.
Yeah.
So what I'm taking from it is that she's making a bunch of fucking money. He's making a bunch of fucking money, but her money is her money and his money is their money.
Yeah. Buy certain things. So like if he pays the rent, maybe I'm actually physically gonna go buy the groceries. So I'm gonna put my time and my effort and my energy into doing something. And he's gonna do something else.
Do you do all like the cooking and cleaning?
No, okay. He's a Virgo, so he's like
because he's paying the rent. That's really nice. Does he what does he get in return?
That's really nice.
What does he get in return? Mm-hmm. He gets a lot in return.
Ass.
Okay,
she's trash.
Like I'm gonna keep that.
She's trash.
Not answered.
Oh, okay.
What did you mean?
I was riding with her, man.
Like I'd make sure that I would do the cooking, cleaning. I would do everything. in the house. So
You're saying if a guy's paying your rent, you're doing everything.
Yeah, free rent. What?
Around the YouTube channel though.
What?
Around the YouTube channel though.
Oh, girl got her.
Yeah, I wouldn't just like do nothing. I think you could cook and clean and still do other things.
But I think you guys.
She has like alpha fucking vibes, and she says she's not submissive, so she just running the show with the house. She gets what she wants, and all she does is give him some ass.
It's like, I just feel like you could. You know, you want to be so great in your career. Why can't you be so great in your relationship?
But she thinks she is being great in a relationship by giving her some ass. Yeah. You know, how many women think that that's all they need to fucking do?
Yeah. But that's crazy, too. Even just this whole, like, I don't know. It's like if you're building a life with somebody, it's like if something happens to me, like, I would want what I've made to go to you and Royal. Like, it's, you know, but you know what I'm saying? It's like I can imagine, like, being like, oh, well, I'm only buying this for myself with my money. Like, if you need something, I'm going to need that credit card.
But most women are like that. Today. But you know that, though.
That's just, like, how...
You know that, though.
That's not love. That's some bullshit.
It's some bullshit for real. Because how many fucking videos we seen when they be asking women, like, you know, what do you provide in a relationship? You can't say... you can't say sex. My personality or something.
Advice.
Yeah, like, the fuck out of here, man. It's whack.
What do I provide you, babe? Can't say ass.
That's a loaded question, babe. You provide a goddamn lot. Shit, you an asset. I'm goddamn 2 cribs off your ass.
Yeah, you right. Shit, you make money off these videos too. You be pimping my ass out. You know, babe, come in here. Come say some wild shit on these videos.
If he pays the rent, okay, but let me give you a whatever. Let's say the rent is $5K. It's not $5K, but let's say it's $5K.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely
maybe
$5K.
I'm gonna spend $2-3K for something else. Mm-hmm. So it's not like tit for tat. So like he pays rent, but maybe I'm gonna spend the same amount of money for something else.
She's making shit out of her ass, because if it was like that, she would be able to provide you what the fuck she's done to make it better. But she's like, maybe I pay this, or maybe I do this. These hypotheticals, bitch. You ain't paying no hypothetical money. What the fuck are you offering besides
right?
ass?
Like I can let you know. How can you not quantify what you do? Oh, I like to keep that to myself. Girl, yo, kitty cat is the same as...
Like 50-50.
It's not 50-50 because that's just not how I was brought up, and that's not how I was raised.
Okay, what would you say? It's like 80-20?
Maybe 70-30.
70-30, okay.
Is that a fair split?
I mean, it sounds what I believe most women would expect is a 70-30. They might not say it.
Yeah, but it's not. It's clearly not.
I'm not talking about her. I'm just saying that would be, because if you look at that like, oh my God, that's not fair. But it would be fair if that's, you know what I'm saying?
But that's not what it is. You're just trying to make it prettier. That's not what the fuck's going on.
I'm not talking about her.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying in general. Like, that would make sense.
Yeah.
But then if, like, let's say you are even and one person is paying more, then you gotta do more.
You gotta step up in other places.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that's important to that person, it could be different related. Like, maybe you don't give a fuck about cooking, but I don't know.
You gotta make yourself valuable some type of way, and she's not doing anything at all. She's whack.
And I think that 70-30 is the new 50-50 because we're going to downplay the man's money versus the woman's money, if that makes sense. I think this is essentially a modern relationship, and I don't prefer modern relationships.
She's a modern woman, but she says she wasn't raised that way. It's not 50-50, it's 70-30. So she's modern for her benefit, and then she's traditional for her benefit. You know what I'm saying? She's living in both those fucking worlds.
Yeah.
And I think they have, their own issues because I don't think there's that sweet intimacy that is between a feminine woman and a masculine man, where you just have these understanding of your roles within the home. But some people want to gender bend and they want to do their relationship how they want.
I usually agree with her, but she's saying that the man has to pay for everything to have a sweet intimacy.
That's what you just said?
Yeah. Oh. Like that it's like extra special if you're like fully reliant on your man. I think that that doesn't have to be the case.
Nah. It's not an absolute.
You can respect your man and have all the intimacy and this.
Because basically, you got to be a fucking.
For example, I depend on you mentally and emotionally, more than, like, I could, if, like, I didn't have any money from you, I could survive, no problem. But if I didn't have you in my life, I would not be okay. Yeah. So, it's like...
But you said it before, though, the fact that I can provide
absolutely.
makes you fucking...
The fact that you take care of the family makes me respect you tenfold, for sure.
And that does, and in turn, that brings out the femininity in you.
100%.
So that's kind of what she's saying as
100%.
Well.
Yeah.
So.
I do it. I know that if I had to grow up in that kind of situation where I didn't see either one of my parents, I don't think I'd be happy with that.
Mm-hmm. And I want to just say, I was in a relationship before where he was taking care of everything. And I was just like, I still had my thing going on, whatever, but like he was in control. And I felt that that was just not for me, because I felt very... like, I don't want to hear an argument, like, get out of my house. Like, that's not something I would ever want to hear. Mm-hmm. So I would not put myself in that situation because this just doesn't work for me.
Do you think it depends on the guy?
Yeah, he was
for sure.
So, like, maybe that was just the wrong guy.
Yeah, maybe, definitely.
Okay.
She just needs a beta male.